MacDoubling. Tonight we'll be discussing something that has been plaguing America, and that is the role of media in politics. Now we know that the media just goes after this group of people that they don't like. They treat them unfairly, they cast these outlandish expectations on them, and I'm not talking about Donald Trump or his administration. I'm talking about women and the way that the media sometimes impedes their path towards equitable representation at the federal, state, and local level. So, over the course of this class and the past couple of weeks, I've discovered that the media harms female candidacies in two ways. First, they won't cover women quite as much as men. And secondly, when they do cover women, they'll focus on something as trivial as their appearance rather than the substance of their platform or their qualifications for office. However, I've also discovered that the media will often portray women as being more competent on communal issues like healthcare and social issues. So let's talk about how women are treated unfairly. Um, According to Fritkin Kenny, this doesn't just apply towards how many stories are written about women. This talks about how women tend to not be quoted quite as much, how they aren't featured in headlines. This is very serious because the news is where most constituents get their information about their elected official, where they develop opinions on whether they want to vote for someone or not. Uh, Believe it or not, most people don't turn on C-SPAN to see what's going on in the House Energy and Commerce Committee. They go to CNN or they go to Fox News or they watch a BuzzFeed video to figure out whether or not they should vote for someone. So when women aren't getting as much of an opportunity to sell themselves to a candidate, this clearly shows that there's an unfair advantage that men have when it comes to media representation. Appearance is something that relates closely to this because, as Rainbow Murray points out, when the media is focusing on something as trivial as a woman's appearance, they're taking away time that should be spent talking about whether or not a woman has good policy platform, whether their background sets them up for success in political office. We live in the 21st century, and it's a little crazy that we still make such a big deal over whether or not Theresa May wears heels to a funeral, or whether or not Sarah Palin looked attractive in a photo shoot. We should be covering women based on the issues that they believe in and what they want to do when they get to office. So, in spite of this negative way in which the media treats women, the media will sometimes associate them with being better at at issues like healthcare. And it's something that the Republican Party was able to exploit in the 2014 midterms. So just like 2010, voters were not happy with the Affordable Care Act, and the Republican Party seized on that malaise. Because healthcare is a communal issue, the media was shown to cover female Senate candidates more positively in this. This is exemplified by Joni Ernst of Iowa and Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia. Not only was their party affiliation something that showed voters that they'd be a deviation from the policies of Obamacare, but the media would be more sympathetic towards them when it comes to this communal issue. They would portray them as being more competent on this. This helped them out a lot and was able to help them be one of the 9 Senate seats that the Republican Party flipped during that year. So, because of this, I feel as if women should try to subscribe to the strategic stereotype theory, even though we know that stereotypes should have no place in a liberal democracy that has been around for as long as ours has. We're already seeing how this works out to great success. When women play into the stereotype that they're better in communal issues, they can claim credibility for issues like healthcare, which resonate with voters. But there are also times in which stressing agentic traits can also help women out a lot. We see this with former veterans. Tammy Duckworth of Illinois has a ton of respect given to her by the media for her military background. Candidates like Martha McSally and Amy McGrath of Kentucky are both using their past in the military to help them out. It goes without saying that a woman flying an airplane in an advertisement will demonstrate more agentic traits than a guy could over the course of an entire election cycle. But women don't just have to be in the military. We've seen with people like Sharice Davids in Kansas that something as simple as boxing a political ad can help them out. For this reason, I feel as if women should stress agentic traits when they can and sometimes conform to stereotypes on communal traits.